Hey, welcome back, guys. Let's take a look today at some soft body armor, concealable body armor, low vis, whatever you want to call it. I picked up a set of level 3A plus panels, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago. And I ran these in conjunction with some HESCO plates in a more overt carrier for a while. And what I was really wanting to do was just get a very slim, concealable, low vis carrier for these to call home. So I landed with this one, and this one I got it from, hell, I'm having a brain fart, Concealable Armor. I purchased this. I have no affiliation with them. I spent my own dollars on this, and this thing costs about $80. And I'm really impressed with it so far. I like it. So I'll take a quick look and show you guys kind of the way this thing is built. It's constructed of this almost mesh-like material, super breathable, very lightweight. And then you have just an elastic cummerbund that's built in. And this thing is just sewn into the body of the carrier here at the back. And then up top, you can adjust your shoulder straps with hook and loop there. And of course, you have your sizing here at the front where you can expand this thing if you're a bigger guy or gal for that matter. And then for me, it adjusts down nice and small to where I can overlap these two ends if I need to find the optimal fit for me. So that works well. I like that. And then back here you got their branding. This is called their Gray Man carrier. And again, that's Concealable Armor. They're out of Louisville, Kentucky. And this is the medium. I already had these plates. I bought 10 by 12 plates. And so I sized the carrier appropriately. That's one of the things you need to pay attention to when you're starting to look at armor, is what size are your plates going to be, and then you need to buy the proper corresponding size carrier for those plates, or you're going to have issues. And there is some fine print with different manufacturers, but that can vary by brand. So we'll open this back panel, and I will remove one of these panels for you. Typically, we call the hard armor plates, and the soft armor is generally referred to as a panel. As you can see here, there's all your specs. You got a manufacturing date, 10 by 12. These are sappy cut, and this is the Polygraph 3A plus panel. So 3A plus is a special threat level. It's because these panels are stated to stop threats above and beyond or outside of the scope of a traditional 3A panel as far as the NIJ is concerned, because they are the ones who rate and have the standardized system for body armor here in the United States of America. It can be a little bit confusing, but for the most part, you've got like level 2, well, like level 2A, then you got level 2, then you got level 3A, then you got 3A plus now. And then again, but that's not going to be under the NIJ. So that's kind of falling in between. And then you'll go after 3A under the handgun threats, you'll go into level 3, which is the first level of rifle threats. And then again, there's special threat plates of level 3, like level 3 plus and stuff like that. But again, the NIJ doesn't typically recognize that as a standard of theirs. And then you've got level 4. I heard talk that they're supposed to be changing or revamping the whole body armor ranking system through the NIJ, but I have yet to see exactly what that new scheme is going to be. So if somebody is aware of that, feel free to post that in the comments and educate me. But I'm still operating off the old system, or maybe it's still the current system. So got your 10 by 12 panel. You can place it back in here. Now I did have a different carrier that I tried for these that I was going to use as a concealable one, and it just didn't work out. It was by a different brand, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't very happy with it at all. So, all right. So this as configured weighs 2.11 pounds. Super light, and you do retain that flexibility. So that's one of the beauties of the pistol caliber armor. Now they do make pistol caliber armor in hard panels as well, and that may be something that you may find value in or may fit your particular use case. But for me, I do like to have the flexible panels when we're talking about pistol threats. So there may be circumstances where something like this would be more favorable over a larger overt body armor setup. But again, there's always going to be trade-offs. As you can see, there's not really any kind of load carriage system on this particular carrier because it's designed to be as slick and minimalist as possible so that it can hide under clothing. When you're talking about hiding this thing under clothing, then what you're generally going to want to do is have something with some sort of pattern on it as a cover garment. Something like a flannel or plaid patterns work very well. I'll roll in a couple of photographs of me wearing this one with like a flannel shirt. The lines and the different patterns tend to break up any of the edges that you might typically see print if you were wearing something that was maybe a solid color. So definitely want to look at utilizing different patterns to break up the outline of the body armor under the cover garment. So I prefer something like a flannel as a cover garment when we're talking about trying to conceal some body armor such as this. Now there are other ways to go about this, and I'm certain that there are more concealable options available, but for me, I already purchased the panels and I needed something that was going to work with what I already had, so I went ahead and picked up this carrier, and so far it is the best option that I have tried. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. So use cases for something like this, maybe you just like wearing body armor, and that's okay, right? It doesn't have to be weird or anything like that, but maybe you want to wear your body armor and you don't want everybody around you to be looking at you like, hey, that dude's wearing a vest. So that's cool. Something like this can quite possibly fulfill that role for you. Maybe you're a member of a private security team or a church safety team at your local church or anything, any kind of venue. Maybe you're doing something, maybe it's a side gig for you, and that's cool. Something like this could be beneficial to you in that capacity as well. Maybe you just live in a pretty rough area, and again, maybe you. We could do this probably for quite some time. So maybe you drive Uber late at night or deliver pizzas. Then this could be something that again could be beneficial to you. Maybe your delivery route is in a really rough part of town. So again, this is something that can provide you with a reasonable level of protection without sacrificing comfort, mobility, and also without advertising to the world around you that you are wearing ballistic protection. So I think that that's valuable in and of itself. At least it is to me. So I wanted to share this with you guys because this was something that I wanted to put together for a while. And it took me a while to get around to finding some panels that I liked and that I found for a good price. Got them from the gun show from a guy that is an acquaintance of mine, I guess you could say. And he makes these panels. I think he's based out of like Tennessee, Sword and Shield Strategic. Again, no kickbacks or anything like that. I paid for these out of pocket, but I do like his products and I like the way he does business. So that's why I went with these. And there are, like I said, there's any number of circumstances where you might find something like this useful. You could be in a situation where maybe there's riots or civil unrest in your area and you had to go and retrieve a loved one. Maybe you had to go pick up a family member from the rough side of town, and maybe law enforcement is overwhelmed due to civil unrest or riots in a particular area of the town, and you need to extract a loved one. And that's fine. That's not outside of the realm of possibility, guys. Everything I know doesn't have to necessarily be talking about paratroopers or Chinese paratroopers coming out of the sky or zombie hordes or anything like that. Right? We could talk about any number of different things like that, and that's fine, and we can have a good time doing it. But there are other more realistic scenarios in which you might want to have access to something like this. And two, if you begin to look at the landscape and see the way that things have gone in certain states where they have sought to ban body armor, which is a strictly passive and defensive tool, I think that's something that should cause concern for us as citizens. And when they're sitting there and the government's conspiring and doing things that are trying to create barriers between you and the way that you choose to protect yourself, I think that could be problematic. So I believe in having these sorts of things, and I believe in practicing and training with them and implementing them and actually having a plan for them instead of just doom and glooming all the time and having some sort of a far-fetched scenario in mind. I don't think it has to be anything that crazy, because I think we can all agree that being able to protect your vital organs from handgun cartridges is something that might be useful. Call me crazy. So that's what I got for you guys. I want to share this with you, and we will also likely be taking a look soon at how to layer this with other pieces of kit, possibly maybe even a chest rig. So I think that this could work well. And again, you can also remove these panels and use them in conjunction with rifle plates in an overt type of carrier as well, which is what I was doing before I picked up this carrier. So it affords you many options. So that's what I got for you guys. I appreciate all the folks that have been commenting, liking, subscribing, all the new growth to the channel. And I will see you guys on the next one. I'm out of here.